So a couple of weeks ago, I made this very sad-looking Supra, but I've learned from the comments and from my own research that I made it entirely wrong, because Supras from the factory have 1,000 horsepower and I only gave it 300. Like, what was I doing? Hold on, let me just take a sip of my Monster energy drink here. Okay, where's the gold-plated rims? So this is the engine that I made before, and as you can see, the internals, I made them cast, lightweight forged, and forged. That's not good enough. We're gonna need billet steel everything and lightweight forged here as well. And you know what? They made the quality of the internals plus 15 back in 2002 at Toyota. They were really repping the high quality stuff here. I don't see gold plated though, so we can't get fully accurate, but we can do this, and that's the best we can do. Everything has to be of the highest quality. Currently the turbo is pretty small. It's got to be big. It's gonna have to be massive because obviously going over here, we need a race intake. What am I talking about here? Ultimate fuel. It needs nothing but the best. High quality again. Now Toyota somehow got an exception from the emissions committee back in these days, and there were no mufflers at all, and the quality of these components was just great. And also the exhaust pipe is like 10 inches, so it's absolutely perfect. And if this engine cover is not Monster Energy Drink green by the end of this, then I've done something wrong. Oh, there we go. Yep, that's how they came from the factory. Okay, so it's knocking. That's obviously historically incorrect, so I'm going to need to do something about that. And yeah, I don't want to mess with the compression because that was accurate before, but everything else can change, literally everything else. Okay, so the spec sheet that I was reading last time said that the RPM limit was 7,000, but I've learned from Instagram that it's actually not, and it's indeed way, way higher, so I'm going to turn it up. Alright, that's a cool 633 horsepower, but that's not enough. That's still 370 short of what I need to be at. We gotta make this proper, but I think, well, it's gonna be down to the fuel system mostly. Let's just put more fuel into it. Alright, so I turned the fuel mixture up all the way, I turned the cam profile up all the way, I've got the compressor, turbine, air ratio, all that stuff is as big as it can be, and we're making a very sweet 800 horsepower, but that's still not enough. Okay, I'm convinced that that spec sheet was lying to me in every possible way because 10-to-1 compression is not getting it. We're gonna have to raise this up. 1,000 horsepower or death. Okay, apparently I went a little bit too far with that. 825, that might be as good as I can do here. Okay, this engine has like no low-end torque, but don't worry about it because we're all about that big power number. When I see 825, I actually get disappointed. That's just not enough, but that's gonna have to do for now. Bright fluorescent green. Yeah, on to the rest of the styling here. So the paint has to change because red is just a little bit too normal? Okay, so I painted the car white. It's kind of like a shiny but no flake white, and then I painted the rims green to match the engine because, yeah, obviously we want to match the engine. Now before we get too far, there's one thing that I really messed up on when I made this last time, and that is the wheels are just not big enough. Like 18s? Is that all you got? They gotta be bigger. And the bigger also means more offset. And more offset is also going to mean more camber when we get there. Oh yeah, that's better. Slap on a race preset, the thing is low, but not low enough, so it's going to be as low as it can possibly go. And then camber, get more of that negative stuff going on here. -7, thank you very much. Take some of that in the rear too. Oh yeah, -7 camber all around, as low as it goes, highest quality stuff. Now that's true from the factory Supra condition right there. You know, I'm tempted to just leave it right here, but I think there are quite a few more things that we can do just to make this a little bit better, just a little bit. One thing is that this can't be clear glass anymore, it's got to be yellow. There you go, yellow, that makes perfect sense. And then this, that's not going to be able to be clear anymore either. It's got to be smoked, somehow. Okay, they're a little bit darker than they were before, but it's not quite the effect I'm after. I kind of wanted to make it so you can't see forward at night. That's kind of the level we're going for here. Same thing with the side markers, they gotta be as dark as orange as possible. You know, Toyota didn't even put a badge on this car from the factory, there just wasn't one there, so gone. Alright, so I've updated the license plate to correctly identify the kind of person who would be driving this, you know, the coolest people around. And I have a couple more ideas for badges, including this let's get rid of that. It doesn't make any sense. I think we're gonna need more of this type of stuff here. If it hasn't got any anime on it, then it's not a real Supra. Those are words to live by. Okay, the backlights here, that's just a little bit too good for my liking, so I think I'm gonna try and smoke these as well. Yeah, you don't want people to see when you're trying to stop, like, that's just unsafe. I think I can pretty safely swap out these seats for something a little bit more, like this, right? That just makes perfect sense. Now, legit factory Supras had hood scoops, so I think I'm gonna need to put one of those on here as well. I've got a couple of options, including some quad supercharger stuff, and hopefully that just didn't break the game. Okay, there we go. Yeah, just a little bit too good for the game there. That is, ooh, flawless. So yeah, these are the things they forget to tell you in school, but yeah, Supras had hood scoops from the factory, so we're just gonna slap one of those on. And then I was thinking as well, we should probably try and blend that in just for fun. Oh, but we also have fenders as well. Okay, things are about to get interesting. Oh yes, okay, I can definitely see myself using these. Oh boy. We have crossed into a different plane of existence, my friends, because now this is the real factory edition Supra. This is exactly how they came from the factory. Beautiful. Oh yeah, she wide now. That is getting a little bit too realistic for my liking. I didn't think I could cross into this territory. I'm having some issues though. The biggest problem now is I'm not sure whether or not I should do this to the back. I think I might have to. Okay, I just have to quickly put these in there and then hope for the best. I think it's gonna sit on the ground, but I'm honestly unsure at this point. Oh yeah, 3D plus the Super GT kit just makes for some awesome creations. I'm a little bit too excited, actually. Okay, so whatever the heck I was doing with this like front lip thing, obviously it's not gonna work. That was just my my version of what the factory might have put on there, but you know, that's not quite right. I think I'm gonna have to do something else. I've got a couple ideas though. It's just gotta fit in with the rest of the car now. I've temporarily turned the car black just so I can see what's going on because otherwise it's ridiculously bright. However, I think I'm going to quickly modify this hood scoop so it actually blends into the hood. That's my ideal situation here. There we go, that blends in a lot nicer. Okay, on to the rest of the car. You can kind of see how rough some of these body panels are. You know, that's just factory fitment from Toyota, that's the usual deal. But I think I can do a bit better on the back end before I move on here. Okay, that's way better. It kind of looks like the wheel is wearing a hood, but yeah, that's fine. That's totally fine. Okay, so I just got a call from Toyota and they told me that I'm ruining their brand image, but I don't see how that's possible. Like, this is exactly how the Supra is, right? So I'm just remaking something that's already great. If you learn anything from my videos, it's that adding more stuff makes things better. That's pretty much it. Okay, so the front end now looks like this. Some small changes have happened, just a few small ones. Okay, so we have a period correct 2002 Supra front end pretty much down here. This is exactly what they looked like. And if you go onto the sides, you can see it has a wide body, but again, there are no non-wide body Supras out there in the world anymore, so everything looks like this. It's just now the back end, and I don't think that this wing really fits anymore. Like, I'm gonna have to get rid of that and put on something that's just a little bit more accurate. See, people try to downplay the Supra's speed by putting on that crappy wing, but I think I'm gonna need to put on something just a little bit more showing of how the car is in terms of speed. Like, we gotta put on a wing that demonstrates how fast this car actually is. 1,000 horsepower from the factory, like, that is unheard of, so we gotta make something good here. In order to do that, I have enlisted the help of this very large piece here, and I think we're gonna have to do a multi-layered wing because that's the only thing that really makes sense, isn't it? Okay, so wing stage 1 is at least semi in place. I'm not sure entirely about the fitment yet. Just want to get it about there, I think, and that's good. It's looking, wow, that actually looks pretty sweet. But I think I'm gonna need more, quite a bit more. One thing that I need to do is cut that off, and then, you know what, this is not gonna work, that's way too small. Let's make it a lot bigger. Oh, that's really wide. There we go, that's the full extent of things. Bigger is better, and yeah, there's nothing much you can say about that to dispute me. Ah, there we go. We got a chrome tip. That's exactly what I want to see. And if we switch over to this, we can make it so it kind of angles down a bit, angles that way a little bit, and perfect. Now we just got to fill in that back end. I'm doing the back end here before the wing because I think it's important that I hit off some of the major notes here before I get onto the most important part, because the wing does make a good stance. It needs to be shown, and so I've got to make sure I do it right. Oh, please still have dog tape in here. Please, please, please. Oh, no. Okay, we're gonna have to use this very unfortunate cutout, but at least it'll work. At least I hope it will. Oh yeah, now that is a sweet cut right there. I think that might almost do it for the back end. I'm gonna need something to wrap around that though, otherwise it's just not gonna look right. And this, obviously, we gotta move that central. But I think even though it doesn't really make sense... Oh, okay, what am I talking about? Of course it makes sense. This is a Supra, but we need two. So if I place this properly, then it sticks out by a significant margin. So I think I'm actually going to get rid of it and replace it with something that's just a little bit more simple. We're going to tone it down ever so slightly because I think it might be too much for our eyes otherwise. Okay, I've done a lot of work on the back there. It kind of looks like a Lancer Evo, but you know, it being a Supra, it's obviously king. I think I'm going to push that in just a little bit more. This is taking a while. Oh yeah, no, that is awesome. And then out come the exhaust, because they have to clear the bumper just a little bit, maybe not that much, but that much seems a bit fair. And they were angled out before, but I think I'm just gonna send them right out the back straight, just like that. Beautiful, elegant, that's awesome. You know, I'd love to tell you that I'm done with this, but I don't think I am. I think there's more that I can do here. And part of that, other than just my messing with the interior bit that I'm doing now, is Supras came from the factory with full graphics on the side, didn't they? So I'm gonna have to replicate that as well. Oh, I totally forgot about the wing. How could I forget about something so important? I was kind of caught up with the graphics in the back end, but yeah, I can't miss this. It's just too necessary. Like, big wing gang here. Let's go. Ignore what they told you in school. If Supras don't have a wing, they're not real Supras. For this one, it's gonna have to be wide, very wide. I think I found the one that I like. I've tried like 5 or 6 of them. I just have to find a way to blend it in better, because at the moment it's not quite there. Okay, I think I've done it. That is the wing that I'm gonna choose. The front looks pretty tame compared to the back, but yeah, there's a lot going on back there. It was very difficult for the people to assemble in the factory. I think it's time for the graphics though, and obviously, you know what I'm gonna do. It's gotta be this stuff. Okay, so if you flip these fixtures enough, they just appear inside the doors. No idea why, but yeah, now we have anime girls inside of the doors, and I think I might just leave that because it's amazing. That's not gonna haunt you at all. Okay, time to put down more of them. Okay, so I've got a slight change that I've made so far, and then I'm going to try to add more to it. Currently, the thing is not having fun. I'm just going to ignore these issues. We'll come back and fix that after we put these sick graphics on, but I've got this girl here. She has water. She's well hydrated. That's a good sign. Basically, now I need to make some kind of tribal, and that's not going to be easy, so give me a minute here. It's already been like an hour just trying to get this all to work. Sometimes it takes a while to make perfection. I kind of thought the orange would go well with the green, and then the green hair was gonna work, but apparently I'm colorblind, so... See, I don't know if you could tell or not, but I have absolutely lost it. 100% gone. Oh man. Okay, so I kind of like the green stripage that I got going on here. It's pretty simple, but it's kind of nice. I had to move the Japanese flag because it was interfering with the green decals, so yeah, I think this is gonna work. Yeah, now I just have to repeat that design here somehow, and here as well. Oh geez, oh boy. Okay, so we're gonna stick to the one waifu just because it's a bit easier. I'm just gonna make this way bigger, as big as it can be, thank you very much. Full representation now. I cannot see it at all, it's completely blinding. Oh my goodness, no. Okay, there we go. It's still too bright, but Yeah, I think I'm gonna change these lines here to be green just because, okay, it's so freakishly bright that I cannot tell what's going on anymore. The sides look great, the front, I have no idea, literally no idea. And we got to do a quick one on the back end here. That is green now for some reason. Let me fix that. Okay, sometimes I have no idea what the game's doing, and this is one of those times. What the heck is going on? Let me turn off snapping, that might help. Okay, I think I'm pretty much done with the design, but I've got to add a couple more things just to, I don't know, give it some more decals, words, things. We need sponsors, okay? How are we going to pay for this? That's what Toyota said back in the day. Oh, I just discovered what this is. It's literally subway colors. What have I created? Oh no. Now I know what you're thinking. You didn't order this, but too bad, it's being delivered anyway. It's the Sub-Bay Supra. Here we go, boys. More Monster Energy, please. Actually, I think I could go for a sub right now. Really, though. I'm kind of hungry. It's lunchtime. It's the Sub-Bay Supra. She brought water. Oh my goodness. Oh, please don't let this be the last build this year. Yeah, when my fiance sees this, she's gonna start worrying about me, I think. I don't even know what anime this is from. I'm just putting it on there. Like, that's what I have, so that's what I'm using. It's really hard to put decals on this car because if you take a look at it from a no body perspective, there is a lot of stuff going on here. The entire back end has been created from scratch, and most of the front end as well, so it's not easy. But I'm having a lot of fun with it. Oh man, maybe a little bit too much fun. This is easily the most detailed car I've ever made, and I don't think that's a good thing. I'm gonna move on before I scare myself even more. I think it's time that we finished off the drivetrain of the real Supra. So it's gonna be rear-wheel drive, obviously, manual 6-speed, obviously. It can do a lot more speed than it says it can, so let's turn that up. And wow, we have some major overdrive. Okay, it thinks it'll do 228, and I have it at 360. Oh boy. So if we keep the worries in mind here, it seems like the front tires are not going to work. It has wheel spin issues, and it has so much downforce that it bottoms out the suspension. That's what I like to see. Back over to the wheels, unfortunately, we're going to have to increase the size of them. Otherwise, it's not going to work. Maybe the rim... Oh man, I don't want to lower the rim size. I guess we'll just have to increase the actual wheel size. Oh no, it's starting to clip. This is not good. Okay, so I'm forced to go with 20s, otherwise the car is going to be ruined, so... Man, my life is over. Back over to this. Now we have a more realistic graph, because before we had terrible wheels, so this is just a little bit better to tune from. It says 336, and then if I change this, it basically doesn't really change, so... Yeah, I think that's a pretty safe space right there. Wheel spin, 24%, most of it in second gear actually, funnily enough. I'm going to switch to electric LSD because I don't want to have too much wheel spin. Although, let's be real, Supras be doing burnouts all day. Up the quality, I forgot about that. So if we up the quality of our wheels, I might be able to get away with a little bit more. Oh. No, never mind. 20s is the max, that's all we can do. However, I can get up to 325s. Oh geez. That's wide. That's really wide. Oh wow, that's wide. Semi-slicks it is. Obviously we can't go without semi-slicks. Back over to this graph. 13%, that's looking a little bit nicer. Okay, back into the wheels. Things are looking a little bit into the oversteer category. I'm not too surprised. That is really funky though. The rear downforce is interesting to say the least. I'm gonna have to go and adjust that at some point. These front wheels are obviously way too big, but if we scatter them down just a little bit, then it might increase the drivability. Just a little? No? Apparently not. Screw it, we're going into oversteer territory, who cares at this point. Maximum offset, biggest wheels we can get without making too big tires. They have to be low profile, otherwise it's not a real Supra. Brakes are not nearly big enough, 420 on the front probably, and yeah, a lot bigger on the back, much bigger. We got a lot of weight back there to deal with. Those are some monsters, and look at how deep they are in there. Oh no. They're not even in the wheel. They're outside of the wheel. The weird things automation will do to make it work. Aerodynamics, I'm going to turn that all the way up in terms of quality, and I'll turn the interior up because Supras are known for their quality interior. And let's do low quality safety so it's not super heavy. Okay, so the rear downforce is ridiculous and it basically has no front downforce at all. So I'm going to go for a downforce preset. It says that it's too high because the rear is just ridiculous, so I'm actually going to turn that all the way down. And now we have something that is a little bit more manageable, maybe. Something that might actually drive semi-straight, at least a little bit. Interior, sport interior, premium CD, that makes a lot of sense. Convertible doesn't actually do anything, I don't think, so we'll just leave that. Safety stuff, hydraulic, ABS, that's fine. 90 safety, that's cool. And suspension, yeah, what the heck was I doing over here? I already put it on a race preset, semi-active, all that stuff. We're still in oversteer territory, which doesn't really matter. And the ride height is as low as it can go. That's all that I care about. Okay, so we're dealing with a 2,000 kilo. Okay, they did say that Supras were heavy, so that makes, hold on a minute. Let me turn that down. Well, it's still 2,000 kilos, double wishbone, all that stuff, 6-speed manual, 825.2 horsepower, 2JZ with a single big turbo on there. Terrible fuel economy. This is the Supra life right here. This is a real Supra. Very, very real. I think it's time that I tested this thing out in BeamNG versus my fake Supra, and we'll see how it turned out. If any of these stickers load, I would be incredibly surprised. So I got the car loaded into BeamNG, and I had crossed my fingers hoping that it would indeed load in the lady that we added to the side, the one with the water specifically. But unfortunately she turned up to be a large white square, so I think I'm gonna have to leave it there for now. And I also realized something I probably should have done but I didn't do, is I can get wheel cutouts that are quite large and put them around these wheels to make them look a little bit cleaner, but I've got it so it looks like it's wearing a hood, which doesn't make any sense. But anyway, this car, I haven't tested it yet, but it seems like it rips pretty hard, so I think it's worth going for here. I also really like how the subway there is semi-transparent. That's so cool. Anyway, let's go. So this thing has 825 horsepower, which means we're going to be tearing up the local gas station pretty easily here. I haven't actually tested it yet, but it does seem to be functional, so that's really all I care about, and my goodness, it's really loud. That's what you get when you have no mufflers, though. Okay, first gear, in something this wide, I would expect it to handle pretty reasonably, but it literally seems to just be a drifting beast, which, I mean, I guess I would suspect. The turbo lag was significant, and it's got nothing down low, so into the pole we go. Yeah, you can see how all of its pieces fly off when I hit something. The obvious reason for that is, yeah, this car is like 80% fixtures. Okay, apparently all the tires deflate when you load it in. That's a new one. Haven't seen that yet. Oh, jeez, no. So I think the only reasonable thing that we can do with a car like this is burnouts, because that's what it's good for. And now that the tires are flat, that's pretty much all it will do. So yeah, no good driving for me this time. I'm interested though. I think what I'll try and do before the end of this video is take this thing to the drag strip just to see what it's like when it has grip. Because it's actually not that bad. The spacing is pretty low, which isn't good with the bad grip, or not bad grip, but I guess turbo lag issues, which cause bad grip. Like I'm low in the RPM on purpose when I'm in the gears, because once you get high, it just gets wheel spinny, and that's where it gets dangerous. Driving around this area, yeah, I'm scared. Ooh, and I think I have a right to be that way. Okay, having all the tires deflate is a little bit worrying. I don't know why that's happening, but I'll just have to pretend that I don't see that. That's more grip for us, so we're good. Okay, this car's off-road chops are negative in value. As soon as I hit a small rock there, that was it. That was all I could do. So yeah, I'm going to try to drive around normally and see what happens. Although I don't think that anybody who owns one of these cars is going to be driving around normally. That's just a hunch that I have. One thing I would like to do is head to the beach. If there is a beach on this map, which I suspect that there is, but I'm not sure. But yeah, in the city where this car belongs, you can definitely pretend that it's Tokyo Drift and then smash into somebody's house. Or find yourself a place to park and then just sit and look good, because that's pretty much all you can do. That's basically it. I think I'm a little bit afraid of first gear, and second gear's not much better. Down there though, we do have water. I must explore this water. Okay, it does get a little bit unhappy. Ooh, it gets really unhappy when you hit something, but let's go to this inn and see what's going on with it. That way or this way? Well, we're going this way. Oh, a rushing stream. It's so beautiful. Nah, this game, they redid the water and it turned out way, way nicer. So on this map I have found, I think, the perfect drift road, if I could use it, that is. The ESC won't turn off because it's ABS. It's not full ESC, so it's not really anything to worry about. Because I'm not braking when I'm doing this, I'm just trying to keep the wheel speed up. Not very successfully, admittedly. Okay, I think I found a beach that is worthy of our previous hydration. I almost said maiden there. Oh jeez. Oh no. I'm gonna drive into the water for that one. Say goodbye. Oh, never mind, we just got beached on a rock on the beach. Who would have thought? The most deceiving part of this is it actually loads in the preview. I think that might just be an automation screenshot, but it makes me hopeful that one day these stickers will work. But yeah, this is going to be interesting. We're at the West Coast map drag strip, and I'm here for a purpose, not just a drag race. But yeah, we're definitely going to be drag racing. There's no doubt about that. But I want to test out this stickier ground and this car's not so sticky tires, because this is where we need the full slicks. In neutral, and we give it a drop. Not too bad. I definitely could have shifted a bit later there, but we actually aren't having any issues with wheel spin. The engine is overheating. Oh no! I don't think I gave it enough cooling. Piston rings, well, okay, this is the kind of car where you do one pass and you have to rebuild the engine afterwards. I wasn't expecting it to be that bad, oh my goodness. Okay, settle down there, buddy, it's okay. It's alright now. Let me try that again off the drag strip. I'm interested to see what happens. This is not drag strip ground, so I should be able to, well, it's gonna wheel spin, I guess. That's the main point here. Going up into second gear, when you're high up in the RPM, this thing gets really hot. But it seems to do it more on the strip. Okay, it's really veering to the side. It's not gonna make it. It's not gonna make it. Yeah, I think I might have killed the engine there. Let me see if it'll restart after that terrible collision. Click the V. Oh, it's back. But for how long? You know, this car is not the kind of car that you would find on the drag strip. This is the kind of one that would be cruising around town, just really high in the RPM, popping and spitting and all that stuff, and big bass in the trunk, that kind of thing. It's not really a race car, but I'm pushing it to its limits. The factory Supra, you know, it's got the angle kit on it. That's why we can do drifting, and it's just made for everything. Oh, I totally missed the vape joke there. Darn, it was smoking like crazy. We'll just have to pretend. Next one, let's attempt to race, not this car, but a different Supra. How about the last one that I made? Do you think this one's faster or no? I am honestly not sure. Okay, let's be honest. That one has 330 horsepower. It honestly, it's gonna beat me, but that's just part of the deal. Double stage it up here, get in that, and ooh, let's go. That was a pretty good start. I'm falling behind. I'm actually falling behind. Oh no. It's got like half the power. Are you kidding me? That thing is fast. I might have to sabotage. No way. I'm shocked, but I also shouldn't be that shocked. Okay, I'm gonna try that again, because that was a little bit rough on my end. Maybe a bit of a dodgy run on my part. Okay, I started late that time, so that's my fault. But I'm staying high up in the gears there on purpose. Okay, that's a lot better, that's a lot better. But then we start to lose it a little bit because it veers to the side and the piston rings get damaged. But that was a much better run from me, so I've redeemed myself there, just a little bit. Now we have conquered one fake Supra, but I think it's time that we conquered another. This is, wow, you can hear the destruction in the background there. But this is a BeamNG mod that is supposed to be the Supra, but you know, it's not gonna do it. We'll go right up against the drag one, right there, right now, in red. Let's see if we can beat this car. Oh yeah, okay buddy, come on, you got fat tires, you got all that good stuff going on. I don't think that one's gonna win. I think I've been slurping a little bit too much Monster Energy. Oh my goodness, it's cheating! It's literally cheating! It's it left before the light! Oh my goodness buddy, come back! No way, what kind of time is that gonna get? That's so cheap. Oh, come on now. 7 seconds! Come on. Okay, I'm gonna start that again, and I'm gonna assume that the AI will not cheat this time. Okay, they already left. What the heck was that? Okay, I have a theory, and my theory is that it tries to do a burnout, but because the car has so much grip, that it just ends up taking off by accident, and that's where we get that. So the car will do it in 7 seconds, but I'm not really sure that's legal. It was gone before the light even started. Unless I'm just bad, which is probably the case. That was my best time yet, by the way, 13.9. Okay, I think I'm going to attempt it against an old and rusty Supra, because it might give me more of a chance. Hopefully, this one does not have 800 horsepower. It's rusty, it's broken, and it shall lose to me, I hope. Okay, apparently all Supras take off before the light even starts. That's real nice, guys. Okay, I might be able to catch up to it though. Come on. We're gaining. We're gaining on it. Yes! Yes! Haha! Oh, victory drift. 13.8. That one actually did a 14.3. I'm shocked. I can't believe that I beat an old and rusty Supra. Beautiful. Okay, that car is, it's having some issues, to say the least. For one, its engine doesn't make any noise. I guess all this exhaust is coming in handy. But it's overheating like mad, and it's probably going to shatter sometime soon, so apologies in advance, Supra fans. This thing is done. Well, there's my car. For this one, on the other hand, it's still very, very capable of moving at a very heavy pace. I love how only one exhaust pipe works. And yes, now I am going to make that vape joke. A little bit too much vaping, bro. Not cool to use the Juul in school. Well, there's our competitor Supra over there, but I think I'm just going to leave him in the dust here. Let's go out into the ocean. Not the ocean. Let's go out and find the ocean. Just drive around this area a little bit and see what's going on. Or maybe I'll just get stuck at the skid pad, one of the two. But hey, this video is probably long enough. That first recording there was really, really long. I think it was worth it though. This has been a lot of fun. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Let me know what you think of this proper Supra in the comments below. And I'm very interested as well. What is your take on the correct Supra? Do you like them stock? Do you like them wide body? Do you want them to look like this? Or are you against this kind of thing? Personally, I think that this is weird, like this kind of style, but I'm not necessarily against it. I just don't think I'd do it to my car. Yeah, that might end up being poorly aged when I slap a big decal on the side of it, but you know how it goes. Things change. Apparently I'm just driving the track now in this car, which I'm okay with. At least I would be if I wasn't so scared. This thing is dangerous. But yeah, this video is coming out on Christmas Day, so Merry Christmas to you, those of you who celebrate it in whatever countries you happen to be in. Um, yeah, this is a very interesting Christmas video, isn't it? Very, very Christmas themed. And not really. I just wanted to explore something a bit different, have some fun, and that's kind of what I've done. Hopefully you like it. That's all I'm after. So yeah, I got a couple more videos coming out this year. I've got one to kind of close off. Okay, apparently we can't go this way. But I've got one that kind of closes off the year coming up. But I also have, I think, one more in between that. One or two more videos this year, maybe? We'll have to see how things go. But one or two more videos this year, and then we'll get into the sick 2021 content, of which I don't know what I'm doing yet. So we'll see how that goes. I think it'd be a lot of fun actually to use these widened fenders on other cars, or maybe tone them down just a little bit and use them on some other cars. They kind of have to be on cars that have this like super wide fender already built in like this one does. Otherwise the wheels aren't going to stick out enough. So I'm glad that I found that out today. This has been a very, very fun video to record. But anyway, thanks for watching, guys. See you again next time. Oh, yeah. Ooh, a handbrake turn. Catch me in the Fast and the Furious next year, come on. Alright, just want to say a special thank you to those who have chosen to support this channel. Your support means a lot to me. We have Overlord, That Rusted Explorer, QT Bear, Terry Williams, The Most Random Person, Sick D Cars and Stuff, Paradoxical, GA Pope, Eden, Davis, and the German Dude. Thank you guys for your support. Appreciate you all a lot. And yeah, there's still a Q&A coming up at the end of the year for you specifically, so make sure to comment on that post. It's a community post. Hopefully you can still find it. It'll be under my channel stuff, but yeah. I'm interested to answer your guys' questions, and I'll be answering some common questions as well. It'll just be like a quick IRL thing at the end of the year, so yeah, it should be good. See you guys again next time, and Merry Christmas!